Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the DIY SEO workshop, Do It Yourself, specially designed for entrepreneurs and business owners like you. And in this series of webinars we have been conducting over the last few weeks, today's topic is going to be how do you optimize your website with the targeted keywords. If some of you have attended last session we had covered how to identify the right keywords for my website. So this is a continuation of the previous session. And my name is Ajay Batra. I'm the co-founder and SEO lead at Lead Walnut, and going to walk you through this session today. So let me share my screen, and any question and answer. So we'll have a time slot given for question and answer, and then you can raise any clarification which you have. So let me start with the presentation. Yeah, hope everyone can see my screen. If not, you can just raise your hand. So as I said, the topic for today's session is how to optimize my website for the targeted keywords, right? Because now you have built a website, right? You want to get traffic, you want to get engagement, you want to have conversions, you want to generate sales from your website. So this is a step-by-step process where you build the content on your website, then optimize it for traffic and conversions, right? So this is what we are going to look at today: how to improve the performance of your web page or website content. Now, first of all, why keywords are crucial, right, for your business, for your website, right? Because keywords tell the search engines the intent of the query, what user is asking. Right? So very important to choose the right keywords. Because what will happen if you do not choose the right keyword, the user intent is something different. You can drive junk traffic to your website, right? You may sometimes see a lot of traffic coming, but there's no engagement, bounce rates are high, conversions are very, very low, right? So sometimes this can be, I'm not telling this is the only reason, this can be one of the very, very, prime and, important reason that that you're not attracting the right audience, right? So the way, you decide the keywords for your website, decide, how your website is going to perform, right? So keywords play a very, very critical role. That's what we have covered in our last session about the keywords. And now we'll see, now that you have identified keywords, they are very critical, and you have identified the right keywords. Now, how to use those keywords to, apply those on your website to do the optimization. Okay. So we need to optimize different type of contents on our website, right? One has to continuously create new content, right? That's very important from Google perspective and search engine perspective, and more so from user experience, from user perspective. User want to see fresh content on the page, on the websites, right? And while we build new content and add new products, right, we also need to keep refreshing our content on the old pages, right? So that's another important, because things will keep changing, whatever domain you are in, right, whichever sector you are in. So you provide the latest information to your audience. So very important, 3 to 6 months, have a look. Anything has changed in your industry or your competition, all that. And content refresh helps to reactivate some of the dead pages on your website, can reactivate it through content refresh, right? So both the content, when we create, we have to see that it is when we build a new content, it is well optimized, and we also keep looking continuously at the content which has been built already on the website, right? That is we keep looking at it and keep refreshing it as per the market needs and competition analysis and so on, right? So that's very important. So moving on. So anybody want to just take a guess? I mean, you must be working on your website optimization. You can type it here, right? When you optimize, what are the elements you look at? I mean, you can just type it, everybody you can just type it here in Q&A section here. So what are the elements do you optimize? I'd just like to hear from you. What do you do when somebody tells you optimize? What comes in your mind? What will you do? Right? So I would like to just, anybody can just share your thoughts here. Yeah, you can write it here itself. I mean, yeah, I know chat is disabled, but you can write it here itself. Correct? You can write your answers here itself. Yes. So yeah, I think, yeah, I see that you have mentioned offerings, product info, URL, H1 tags, meta tag. Spot on. Yes, these are very, very critical elements when you optimize content on the website. Yeah. So let's look at what list we have. Have we missed anything? But I think you absolutely you have covered the most critical ones here. So let's go back and let's look at what do we have here. Yeah, so we said this is a kind, this is very basic checklist to start when we, optimize any content. URL structure, title tags, descriptions, header tags, image, whatever images you have, because Google can't read images. So you have to give all tags with the right keywords and phrases. Inline content, whatever content you have. Of course, when I say inline, you said product info, offering. So yeah, based on your domain, based on your, whatever services or product you provide, that has to be optimized. Very important part, one of the very, very important aspect is internal linking as part of the optimization, right? So this helps internal linking you so that you navigate the user, right? We want user to fall on blog, from blog they should come to my product page, right? Product page to checkout. So there's a journey, like user is going to go through a journey. So we need to also help them or direct them to navigate our website and do not lose interest and and quickly exit from there. So this internal linkings, that's what it helps. So where user doesn't decide, you help them navigate through right call to actions, right hyperlinking of one page to another page and so on, right? And Google, it also gives Google also, when search engine come, they crawl your sites, how site is, there is an movement, it's a tightly coupled site is, there are no independent pages, so there's a flow here for users to understand, to navigate from one place to another place and so on. So this really helps from user perspective, as well as easy for Google to understand your site and then give more credit and higher rankings there. that's very important. Then schema markups is another thing. There are various kind of schemas are there. I mean, I will show you now. That also helps more, from user experience perspective. Some of the schemas help there. So we'll see how to do that. And last but not the least is the backlinkings and all that. So this backlinking is generally where is a validation of your site from any third party authority. That's what we say backlink. Any third party site, relevant site is, if you get a link from them, definitely, I mean, I take example, if somebody third person who's a reputed in the society talks good about you, your credibility is definitely high, to a stranger who doesn't know you. If any known person is validating your credentials, definitely your trust on you definitely becomes certainly high by a stranger who doesn't know you, right? So that's what backlinks are, helps to improve the authority of our domain authority, what we call it, of our website, which is very, very important, right? So that's how the various search engines and tools analyze from where do you have backlinks to your site. So we have to be careful. I mean, it has to be from relevant domains, your relevant industry, with the right anchor text, and sites are good sites from where you are getting. Otherwise, this can, spam and all that. This can really corrupt the website also. So backlinks, we have to be careful. But very important part of overall optimization. See, what we have not covered here, one part is the technical, with a separate session on technical. The technical itself is there's something called SEO technical optimization, which itself is a big subject by itself. That's very important because you do all these, and if your site is not technically compliant, you will wonder why now I'm creating so much content, I'm optimizing, still I'm not seeing results, because there's a backbone. It's called foundation of SEO, which is the technical part of it, right? So that is a separate session we are going to conduct in coming weeks. So you can join that. So that's a separate big subject by itself. So it can't be just one line here, right? So we'll cover separately. And while you are doing that, definitely you have to keep eye on the competition. Very, very important. Who is your close competition? And what are they doing? What have they done? Study. One is competition. Other also we should see while optimizing, we should also see who are the leading pages, leading people. So when you type any query in your domain, or let's say you're in a fashion domain or clothing or something, right? So you said, a woman, flowery dress or whatever. Now, who's coming on top 3? Whether it's close, so those have to be also studied carefully. Is there a pattern they're following, right? What are they doing differently? So some learning has to be there. While you can't work in isolation, keep doing your work in isolation. No, you have to understand what's happening in market. Maybe they are too strong sometime for a specific keyword. So your chance. So you have to keep. You can say, oh, I need to change my keyword here. Amazon is coming, Flipkart is coming. You cannot compete with them for specific keywords. You just forget about the keyword, because you have to create, hundreds of contents, hundreds of backlinks you need to have if you want to compete with Amazons and big players. So very important, otherwise you'll waste so much money, and without realizing, there 5 people are top Amazon, Flipkart, blah, 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 big people, which you have no chance there, right? So that's why we say looking at a little bit on the search results for that query is very important, that you have, you look similar. First of all, similar people are coming, and then, your query is not really out of the way, what you are looking at. And it's a reasonable for you to rank with the optimization. So that helps competition analysis, help in that, right? So let's look at some examples. First, I'm going to show you, what are the problems pages have, right? And then we will see how a best optimized page or a good optimized page looks like, right? So we just took one example here. You can see, if you look at title, if you can read it, see the title is very short, and just say that keyword, grammar puzzle, that's all, right? Google gives you 60 to 70 characters. It has to be catchy, right? It has to be catchy, it has to be draw my attention, right? And some problem solving, right? How is it helping me? What problem it solves? I mean, I mean, it's about very creativity, right? You only have 60, 70 characters, but that's what people look at it, right? When they have, when you press a query, 10 results come up. Which one shall I click first? This is what it will decide, right? Very, very important part from SEO angle and from user interaction perspective also. Here, we have used only grammar puzzle, not the good use of, the landscape available to you here, right? It doesn't excites me also. It doesn't, right? If I have written something else, 10 tips to 10 simple tips for children to learn grammar puzzle. I'm not telling this is the best, but definitely better than, writing grammar puzzle, right? At least that keeps me thinking. Yeah, something. I mean, that provokes some action whenever the other one what I said, right? So title play very well. Keywords are important, but don't stuff the keyword. This is look like stuffing a keyword. Then somebody gave you a keyword and that's what you put in the title, right? So very important. Title is the most important part. Yeah, we know how to optimize. There are best practices for title. So that is where, you say I've optimized, I put the keyword, still it's not working. Because there are various, there are other aspects of it which you have to consider. All right. So, and same goes for description as well. It has to be, really catchy and compelling, powerful, right? To draw the attention of the user, your target audience, right? So for that, you have to understand your audience. What is their problem? What are they looking for, and all that, so, right? And how competition is doing, so on. Now, header tags, again, if you look at, if you have taken from tools, so one of the pages, see the header tags, very, very important to define the hierarchy of the page for users to understand, for Google to understand how page is structured, right? And we use the right keyword, secondary, primary here. So that is what a well-optimized page will look like. But here, see, there are no header tags defined, only 1, 3, H1. No header tags are defined here. So it means page structure is not at all a good structure here of the page. Where you can confuse your users. If you confuse user, it'll confuse Google also when Google comes for crawling your site. Because page navigation and the flow is not clear. The content flow is not clear here, right? So header tag is another important criteria to be looked at while optimizing your website. And similarly, other aspects as well, right? The URL, as we said, shorter the URL, better with the right keyword, definitely helps there, right? And then we say inline content. Now, this is what we mean by what is the actual content on the page, right? So, see here in this page, we see content is very thin, very short content, right? And there is an image, there's no other. I mean, you can use a lot of infographics, multimedia, and all that to have better engagement there. Internal links are missing here, call to actions are missing. So there's a very less engagement on the page overall when we look at it, right? So when we look from some tools, there's no internal link. I mean, you can't find internal link. You have to go to this tool. Here we are using Ahrefs to find out that there's no internal link. So from no other page on the website is linking back to the site, which is very bad. So it means this page is standing in isolation right now, whatever it is, right? So very important to provide linking between the relevant pages on your website. Very, very important. Right. Right. So before we go, so there are some of the, we saw that some of the problems here on pages. So before we go there, I request that we have a small poll. I will activate now, and I request just take 2 minutes. So I request everybody to participate and just share your feedback on this. Yeah, so I've launched it. Please, yeah, let's take 2 minutes. Request everybody to fill it. All right, I think everybody is done. Thank you so much. Then we'll go back to the session. So we have listed few topics here in the poll, but if you want us to conduct a session on any other topic, please feel free to drop a line on drop a note to us either through email or on LinkedIn or so we can definitely look at that, right? If you have anything else you want us to take up. Okay. All right. So moving on. So we saw some of the pages which are not well optimized and what are the issues they have. Now let's look at the pages, how the goods, what are the good, how does good looks like, how it should be, what should be the final output, right? So let me go. So this is one page we've taken. You can see that the title, descriptions are well optimized, right? And right. So it doesn't say just proxy server, right? It's a proxy server definition, use, and right, it just define further. Nice description here, right? So well-defined title and meta description here. And see this is what I was telling, the header tags. Very well structured page. It helps you to understand the flow. There's H1, there's H2, there's H3, right? And so on, right? So, and also very, effectively all the different secondary keywords are also used here, right? That's also important to use, header tags. Right? Proxy server is the word. Proxy server definition, benefits of proxy server, types of proxy server. These are all secondary keywords and very nicely have been used in the header tag. So that's what give a page a complete authority over that keyword, right? Your header tag, inline content are seamlessly integrated into the page content. Very important. So that's why it should not look like stuffing where you're just putting the keyword there, right? So like we have written here, 1H2 benefits of proxy server, types of proxy server. They're all very powerful keywords, secondary keywords here are used, right? So yeah, so well structured, well organized, the header tags here, right? And all tags we are not shown here, but yeah, images is like this. Any images, Google gives you option to again use the right keywords which goes with the image. You should also give all tags. That's important. Otherwise, image content Google cannot read it, right? So yeah, some of the other things like there are call to action on the page. As we said, there are secondary keywords everywhere, right? Proxy server definition, right? Yeah, so and so on. So a lot of secondary keywords have been used. There is a infographic use. So you can use multimedia infographics, some audio, video, whatever use for better engagement on the inline content, right? So that's important. So yeah, well optimized page structure. And see how the interlinking has been done here. That's what I was mentioning. So you can see that. So from this page, because the firewall word come here, we have provided an interlink here, which connects with the firewall page actually, right? So from here, we have done the interlinking to the other page. So that's how pages have to be, relevant pages have to be interlinked. Because there's a word here, firewall, and we have another page on firewall. So we just, interlink from there. So you can see that when somebody pressed, you can see the URL at the bottom. It connects with that page, right? And similarly, through tools, when I check it, this page had 29 internal links. It means from other pages on the website, we are getting 29 internal links to this page. So, right? So, which is very good. So this is well-connected page with the other pages on the website. So you can see that 29 links are there. And similarly, some other site, you can see there are some bigger, sites have 706 backlinks, right? Those were internal links. These are backlinks. Internal links are from within your site. Backlinks come from the external sites. That's the difference, right? But for Google is both are very, very important. One is called internal backlinks, other is called external backlinks. Both are important. For Google, internal link is a link, right? So both are important. So we should definitely, in a well-optimized structured page, both should be considered. So I just want to know here, again, I would like to see answer. Anybody has looked at internal linking, have done anything on their website around internal linking? Is the title meta, everybody, we all know, and we do it also. But have you given in your website due consideration to internal linkings? Just would like to know your thoughts here. You can just type it here on Q&A. No? Okay. All right. Okay, no problem. But yeah, just consider this along with other, while you're optimizing, definitely consider backlinks are sometimes tough to get, not so easy, right? There are paid backlinks, but organically also you get from other sites. But internal link is in your hand. So why not use that? Definitely must use it. It's in your control, right? All right. See, this is a schema I was talking. So you should need to have FAQs added on your pages, and there is a schema attached with it. So there is a script for schema. I mean, I've not listed here. This is a little more technical, but there's a script which would add into your page, right? So Google, once you add that and you have a FAQ section on your pages, so you can come on. So when you search sometime, you can see some places FAQ comes, on Google search. So those are picked from here actually. If you have a FAQ schema added on your website, so there's a script attached with these questions and all, which will be put it on your header or footer of the page, and so that snippet Google will read it, and Google sometimes has FAQ sections for some of the queries, and it will show those your website for those questions and answers, right? And other things like below, if you see related topics, there's a good way to visual markup also and do some related topics, link also. There's a one way of doing it. On any page you can say related topics and attach some related articles, pages, and so on. So this is interlinking as well as some visual markup. It helps in both ways, right? So that's the one. So now what we just to show you how it has helped a well-optimized page. So page what we saw, I showed you well-optimized page with the title, meta, all that interlinking, right? It was on 12th position earlier, but when we did all that, we applied inclined content, interlinkings, all that. Of course, as I said, technical is very, very important. Sometimes we get taken away. We have done so much, so technical is very, very important. If that is stable, and then you do all this, definitely you're going to see faster results. So what we have done, it was on 12th position. We applied a lot of optimizations, and it came within a couple of weeks. It came on feature snippets. You can see that page. This is how feature snippet looks like. Once you are on feature snippet, your click-through rates are very, very high. There. Almost it can vary anywhere 30 to 50% CTR. If so, but not easy to get here. Like I said, it is not just about title and meta getting here. I mean, it's about a whole lot of things have to be thought through, technical part and so on. But well, if you do, gradually, if you do, definitely you can crack it. And once you want feature snippet, whole lot of good traffic can come to your website, right? So you can see that the bottom, some traffic, how it has gone up, below you can see that. Once it came to feature snippet and all, immediately 20% traffic went up, right? So quickly increase the traffic, right? And so on. So it helps. Definitely, this is a real example from one of our clients, which we have done, and it has helped to improve overall traffic at the site, right? So what we have not done here, if you will, wonder that you may be in the e-commerce side. So we have not covered that conversion rate optimization. That's another subject. We should look at it. Maybe one of the topic we should cover some point of time. That now you have optimized keyword, well optimized, a lot of traffic has come to your website. How do you drive conversion from them? So that's another area we'll look at some point of time, conversion rate optimization if you're in the e-commerce space. And of course, for B2B, it's more around lead generation, right? And so on. This was more around how to, optimize and drive more traffic to your website by doing some, applying those, some optimization principles, right? Yeah. So see, we also do, we are helping entrepreneur business owners, we help them provide a lot of inputs, right? So if you want us to do a quick audit of your website, definitely we will share that link. You can sign up for that. We can do audit and help you, give us some actionable insight, not just conceptual. So what we'll do, we'll tell you exactly 4 things you need to do, and then if you have in-house team or freelancers to do for yourself, definitely you can help you to implement that, right? So yeah, this is where the session ends, and now I would just take 10 minutes. If you have any questions, we can take questions. Anybody has any question on maybe related to this topic, what we have covered, or any other area as well? I mean, can't answer here. We'll get back to you. But if you have any doubt or question relating to your website, you can definitely ask here. All right. I think then I'm thinking there are no more questions at this stage, so no problem. So thank you so much, but for joining, and keep looking for. We'll keep sending you. We keep conducting this webinar at least twice a month. So cover a lot of topics around SEO. So, oh, sorry, yeah, somebody has raised hand. Yeah, you have any question, Vijay? Sorry. Yeah, you can type. You can write your any question clarification here in the Q&A. Yes, yes, Vinay. What's your question? You can call me Ajay. Ah, Monday. Yeah, Vinay, I'm waiting for your question. Are you sharing a question, or what exactly you want to know? Yeah. All right. What are the things to be, okay, two questions here, one from Kiran, one from Vinay. I'm reading it. Let's first Kiran's question. What are the things to be focused for a new e-commerce website to rank better on search results? Yeah. Yeah, as I said, uh, so yeah, I mean, new in the sense, so good, you have the opportunity to start on a clean slate. So, as I said, make sure your technical compliance is good on the website. When I say technical compliance, it means your, web page loading speed, responsiveness. You don't have any crawling, indexing errors, broken links on your site, duplicate content. I mean, make sure you start on a clean note, and whenever you add any new content on the website, because it's a new site, make sure it's optimized, interlinking, all, because later on it becomes very difficult as your site grows, right? So if you follow, this process from day one, definitely you will get results going forward. It may take some time. Sometime SEO based on competition and or market condition. It's sometimes it may take a while. So idea is to target uh, low, difficulty keyword, long tail keywords first. They may have a less search volume, but that's okay because there are a lot of low, you have to find out which keywords have low difficulty. So don't pick up initially because the website doesn't have too much content. So don't put, what I mean by that, don't pick up head terms, right? If you are making a, let's say you're making a pen, ball pen, that's a head term, and that has a very high difficulty in that. Rather, what exactly is your, specialty? Pick, it may have a less volume, but you have a higher chances of getting conversion there. Ball, I'm giving an example. You should optimize for ball pen for, first class kids, or first standard kids, or first something like that. So pick up a keyword which is which is your specialty, and which is a long tailish, and where you see the results quickly. So that's what I suggest. That's how you should approach it, right? And hope that answers your question, Kiran. Next, Vinay has asked, black hat SEO is legal. I mean, see, I mean, there's nothing called legal as I know, legal, illegal, but Google will penalize you, right? When you take wrong practices and all that, right? Right? When spammy sites, keyword stuffing, right? And you know having, some people create some fake sites just to get backlinks, so that Google has very smart to identify all that black hat practices. So it will definitely penalize you, and you will find very difficult to rank on Google. I don't know, legal from perspective, legal from, that will you, can you go to jail by doing that? I don't think so. From that perspective, I don't think so. Legal or illegal, uh, there can be debate on that. But yes, it will definitely affect the performance of it. That is for sure. It will. It is going to affect. Google is too smart now with this AI and all that. It can quickly understand. Is it a authentic content meant for your users, or you're trying to fool, uh, trying to fool by using some spammy links, some keyword stuffing, or some wrong practices. So yeah, so that's how it works. Yeah. So Vinay, hope it answers your question. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Any other question also? Yeah. I mean, will you give you our email ID? So anytime if you have any questions, please, drop a note. I mean, I encourage that you should do your audit. We'll give you some actionable insight. Sign up for that later on, and we can do that. So one request here before you close, we have a just survey at the end of this session, when I close this session. So please help us. What do you like? What you don't like? What do you want us to do better, and so on. So this will help us to do continuous improvement on delivery of this content and session. So please just take a few minutes up once I close. Just take 1 or 2 minutes to fill the survey. So thank you so much once again for joining, and I hope to we'll keep sending you the invites for the upcoming webinars, and I hope to see you in the upcoming webinars. Right. So thank you once again.